statement you made today saying that the recent terrorist attack in Kashmir is being used as a political tool to demonize Muslims in India. I have watched the briefings on both sides, and as far as I recall, there were Muslim Indian military officers.
Terrorism in general is used by India to demonize Muslims within their territory.
The statement you made today saying that the recent terrorist attack in Kashmir is being used as a political tool to demonize Muslims in India. Sir, I have watched the briefings on both sides, and as far as I recall, there were Muslim Indian military officers who were conducting the briefing on the Indian side.
Well, as far as the operation is concerned, you're absolutely right.
Okay. The other thing, my main question is a follow-up on my colleague Bhutto about tariffs and trade
Okay, can
war.
I just answer your demonizing question
Okay,
first?
sure.
Terrorism in general is used by India to demonize Muslims within their territory. I'm not specifically limiting it to this attack, but the Indian political environment is such that the word terrorist is used as a wolf whistle to either whip up sentiment against Muslim minorities within the Indian mainland, to demonize, to paint all Kashmiris within Kashmir who are opposed to the policies of the Indian government, not as legitimate voices of opposition, not as a form of resistance, but they demonize everyone as terrorists. Surely those who attack civilians are terrorists. But those people who raise their voice for the right to self-determination of their people are not terrorists. The Indian government has not only demonized Muslims within their own country and minorities within their own country. Pakistan has complaints about India financing and supporting terrorist activity within our country, but also Pakistan is not alone in having these complaints against India. For example, India has been targeting Sikh activists across the world. They've done so within Pakistan, where the Indian government has funded defunct terrorist organizations within Pakistan to conduct assassination of Sikh activists within Pakistan. The Indian government has engaged in similar criminal activity in Canada, where they've targeted Sikh activists in Canada. The Indian government has engaged in similar criminal activity here in the United States. The policy of the RSS or the BJP government to the Muslim minority within India is not something new. It's a known fact. What they do within their own country is up to their own system. When they start implying that all Pakistanis are terrorists as a result of the fact as a result of the actions of a few terrorists, I believe that's demonizing an entire population.
Thank you. Let me move to the trade and bilateral with the U.S. since you're going and your delegation are heading to Washington, D.C. and I'm assuming you're going to have meetings in Congress and House and Senate as well as the think tanks. How should Pakistan position itself in the current milieu of evolving competition between China and the West, led by the U.S. In the current environment, especially given that you have the CPEC, the China-Pakistan Economic Corridor project, which have economic significance and rising as well global scrutiny of strategic infrastructure investments. What's your message going to be to Congress to rebuttal this accusation of being that you are warming up more to China?
We have economic relationships with both the United States and China. I kind of find it absurd for anyone to argue that one is not to have economic relations with any one country. For example, the United States has heavy competition with China, right? But they do a lot of trade with China. So Pakistan...
With tariffs.
Well, there's a tariff back and forth so far, but they do a lot of trade with each other, do they not? And surely it serves the interests of both countries that Pakistan, while obviously it'll continue to do trade with its neighbor, that it also continues to do trade with the United States. What I do appreciate about the US government at the moment is that they are talking about a more comprehensive dialogue with Pakistan about the scope of our trade. We're confident in our relationship with our neighbors, and we're optimistic about the trajectory of our relationship with the United States.